welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another first impression. Yes, I filmed two in a row, and today's going to be on the Shade and Light Contour Palette by Kat Von D, and I'm just really excited about this. So I purchased this for $46 from Sephora's website. I don't know if it's in stores yet, but I imagine that it's going to be released in stores. And this is what the box looks like, and I really like the box. Like, I just want to keep this box and just stare at it forever. I don't know. And on the back it has the names of the powders included in the palette, and they look like that. And then let's just open this. If I can get it out. Yes. Okay, let's do this. Okay. So it looks like that, and this is the size of the palette. It is pretty much the same size as the Monarch palette if you own that. It is the same exact size, and it feels the same weight. This might be a tiny bit heavier. I don't know. Maybe my hands are off. I don't know. But same exact feel of the palette. It has that strong cardboard feel to it. When you open it up, you do have your powders that look like that. You have 3 highlighting powders, 3 contouring shades, and you also have a mirror, which looks like that. And I'm sorry that I'm blinding you, but it does have the Kat Von D on top, and it's a really nice sized mirror. Now the palette does not, you know, open up, like it doesn't hold itself up. It does fold over, but you know, I tend to put stuff down on my desk and leave it flat like that so that I can just, you know, pick and choose. We go from light to dark in the contour shades, and we also, I feel like we do go light to dark on the highlighting shades. Now today in the video you saw me use this middle shade right here, which is called Shadow Play, and I felt like it was one of the more neutral shades. I was kind of scared to go into this shade, and this one I felt like it would be too subtle, and I wanted you to see the contouring part in the video. So this is the one that I used, and this is also the highlight shade that I used, which is called Lyric. Now all of these shades are really smooth. They are very silky. The powder is very I don't know, it's just really smooth just touching it, but they also apply really nice too. It was really easy for me to blend with my brush, and I was kind of scared because they are darker shades, but it just blended so easily. I was really impressed. Now the range of colors, I feel like these two shades are kind of similar. This one is called Subconscious. This one's called Shadow Play, and this one's called Sombre. I don't know. So this one's the darkest shade, and it is very dark, kind of scary, but I mean, if you're going for that look, I like that it shows up, and I like how smooth it is, because even though it's a dark color, it is a color that you can potentially make look really good because you can blend it out. And this is the shade that I use. This one's called, like I said, Shadow Play, and it's kind of like more like a warmer toned shade in the palette. It's definitely more warm toned than the other two shades. And then we have Subconscious, which is really cool toned. It's kind of like a grayish brown. So the highlight shades are up here, and the lightest shade is called Levitation, and this is more of like a neutral peachy toned, yeah, like a peachy toned highlight. The second one is called Lyric, and this is more of a yellow toned highlight, which is the one that I used on my face today. And Lucid is more of an, dare I say, a little bit more orangey. Now all of these shades are really silky. They're not super powdery. Maybe the only powdery one I would say is the last peachy shade. That's probably the powderiest, if that's even a word. When I set my concealer, I didn't feel like it was super heavy or anything, and it didn't dry my under eyes as much as another palette that I use, another contouring palette that I use does for my eyes, under my eyes. So I don't know. First impression is definitely, I like it. I really do like it. When you put your brush into any of the powders, I feel like you do kick up some product. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's not a lot. Now when you put your brush into the palette, it does pick up a lot of product, like you can see there. So you don't need to like really dig your brush hard into this palette. You just barely need to tap your brush in, and then just go ahead and you know, apply it. Now the setting powders, they're not setting powders, they're highlighting powders, but I used it more as a setting powder, and I did because none of these highlighting shades are shimmery. They're not highlight in the sense as we're used to using highlight, the word highlight, where it's like a glow. This is more of like setting your concealer. Like if you go in with your concealer and you highlight, you want to set that concealer with something. So I would go ahead and use one of these shades to set that concealer or that highlight, so it balances out. So that's how I use it today. I just used it right underneath my eyes. I set my concealer with it. I also went down my nose, and I went on a little bit on my chin, and I brought that up on my forehead just to finish out and round out the look. I don't think that the powders look heavy on my skin, and then when I put my blush on top of the contouring shade, it blended really nicely. Like it wasn't hard for me to get the blush and the contour shade to kind of blend. Now when I say contour, I use it, I mean I don't go in and like contour like a lot of girls do. It's just not, you know, realistic for me because I never do it that way, but I kind of just use it like here because my face is really round, as you guys already know. I go down underneath my jawline just to define that a little bit, you know, and then I bring it up on my temples just to balance everything out. It's not over the top. I feel like you can get a really natural contour out of this palette. Now it does have the potential to go extreme because, like I said, these shades are super pigmented. If you use a light hand and you use like a lighter touch with your brush, like if you use your brush from back here, you can really get a nice diffused blended look, and I like it. I really do like it, and I can see myself using this a lot. Now the palette does come with this little insert where it tells you how to contour your face, like if you're looking for defined cheekbones, a slim face, or how to even contour your nose. So I do like that they include this, especially if you're new to contouring. It really does give you some insight on how or what to do. Now if you're going to compare it to the Anastasia palette, which I still really like this palette, I just want to say that the only difference that I've noticed by using that palette versus this one is that first of all there's no mirror here. I've always been like, you know, like where's the mirror? But that's not a selling point for me anyway. But these shades, I feel like they don't blend as easily, and I feel like I definitely have to go in a little bit harder with my brush to pick up the color. And once I do get the color on my brush, I feel like it just deposits a lot, and I have to really work with my brush to blend in the color. It's not to say that you can't get a really nice contoured look with this palette, but I feel like this one just blends in a little bit easier on the cheeks, and I really like it so far. So with that being said, that is going to be it for my first impression / review of the new Shade and Light contour palette from Kat Von D. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys later. Bye!